Hello, everyone, and welcome inside Vince Guinness Stadium, getting ready for the series finale between the Bend Elks and the Ridgefield Raptors, here with former Elks head coach in Joey Wong. Joey, how is it to be back here and to kind of witness the Elks from a different lens now?
Yeah, it's always great to come back to Bend. Ever since, growing up in Salem, but coming over to Bend every now and then playing here before I went to OSU and then coming back and coaching. It's always great to come back and see the guys, especially, since I was here the last few years and a lot of these guys played for me. It's great to see them still getting after it for the Elks.
And through your 3 years here, one as an assistant and two as the head coach, what are some lessons now that you've reflected on that you were able to grab from your coaching career here and kind of take over to Oregon State now?
Oh, yeah, man, I think it's just overall experience, getting to know the players, obviously coming from a different generation than these guys and, them kind of being, real honest with me, getting to know me getting to know them, and just creating, good relationships with them. They taught me a ton.
And you also mentioned, right, you were a player here for the Elks, so a lot of Beavers have come through the Elks organization, like, of course, Jacoby Ellsbury, and now more recent ones like Easton Talt with the squad now. How has it been to see that pipeline of the Elks translating to Beavs and Beavs translating to Elks?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think, there's always been a good relationship between Oregon State and management here in Bend. The Herco family's been awesome. It's been great working with them, and we're always going to try to send great Beavs over here to Bend.
Right, and so working during the summer years, you're helping guys prepare them to get back to their four-year school or wherever they may be going, and now with you being at Oregon State, how valuable is those summer ball reps when you get the guys back in the fall and see how they've developed along?
Yeah, it's huge, especially for the guys that may have not gotten as much playing time as they wanted. Guys like Easton that are very talented and on a lot of clubs would be getting 150 plus ABs in a season. Obviously, we had some guys in front of him this year at Oregon State that were really producing, but he also had a great year and really took advantage of his opportunities. But it's great to be able to get him here and get him playing even more so he's ready to go for next year.
An alumni of the Elks, but also an alumni of Oregon State. How special has it been for you this past year getting to work back in a place that has very held fond memories in your heart?
Yeah, it's amazing to be back. We call it home, even though I grew up in Salem. But it's 30 minutes from Salem, and my wife's from Portland, so it's real close to Portland as well. And it's where I went to school, and so yeah, we call it home now, and we'll hopefully be there for a long time.
Obviously, it is College World Series season, so memories come back and they unfold. You winning a national championship with the team in '07, and of course, the double play always comes racking around in a conversation. How much does that get re-brought up this time of year?
Yeah, it's always fun this time of year. The play gets brought up, and we get to kind of go back and relive it again. But mostly it's just every time this time of year comes around, it's thinking about the group of guys we had and the fact that we all, a bunch of us still stay in touch, and we're able to kind of reminisce. We got a big group text message with guys from that 2007 team, and it's crazy, man. It's coming up on almost 20 years now. So the fact that we're still all getting after it and getting a hold of each other and meeting up when we can is pretty special.
If you can, would you be able to reflect in like a play-by-play setting of how that play unfolded?
It's really pretty simple as far as like I just kind of reacted. Like we don't practice that. It was a crazy play, and I would say there's probably a little bit of luck involved because it was just a reaction, but it's always fun.
It was like a horizontal throwing motion. I bet that was pretty hard to do.
Yeah, I don't really know, honestly. I guess a couple of those kind of plays came up throughout my career later on, but yeah, it's not something you really work on much.
So winning a championship in '07, the team trying to get back there, it's always the goal to get to Omaha. Oregon State, one of the best programs in college baseball history with 3 national championships. What did you learn during your time as a player that you're kind of feeding that message along now to the new generation, as you've said?
Yeah, I think it's just, mostly accepting your role on the team, and everything, it's going to be different for everyone. Everyone has a different skill set, but I think something that Case really drove home is everyone's going to have a role, and if everyone does their best to be themselves and contribute in that way, then we're going to have a really good chance to win. And that just creates a culture of competitors that understand themselves, and they're willing to do kind of whatever it takes for the team. So yeah.
And How crucial is it to have not only you, but also another national champion from the program in Mitch Canham leading the helm, to have you guys as figures for the next guys to look up to and be like, hey, they've been here, not anywhere, but here?
Yeah, I think it definitely helps, because the players feel like they can kind of come to us, especially the younger guys, and, look for advice because we've been in those situations. And so I think that's a big thing as far as recruiting, being able to tell guys that we've been in those kind of spots, and we'll help them get through it.
We couldn't go through this without talking to a guy like Travis Bazanna, a guy you were able to see here with the Elks when he was playing for the Knights, and now you get to see firsthand up close this year. What makes that guy so special?
Oh, he's just the ultimate competitor. Obviously, he's very skilled, physical, athletic, fast, strong, really turns tight at the plate. And, it's been great to get to know him more. I got to know him a little bit when we were recruiting him a while back, but to get to work with him and help him improve defensively has been a blessing for me, and I just am looking forward to his career and being able to stay in touch with him.
Obviously going to be some changes this next year with you guys going independent. How do you keep the motive of the group and still continue to attract players to have the message of we can win national championships?
Yeah, I think a huge part of it is keeping the guys that we have now, and it's important to recruit the right players that really value relationships and culture. And I think Mitch and the rest of the guys have done a great job at that. And you get guys like Gavin Turley who have every opportunity to leave and go somewhere else, but they choose to stay and continue on the culture and the tradition. And so I think that's a big part of it. Those guys staying, and then Mitch has worked really hard at putting together a very good independent schedule that right now it looks like our RPI might be even higher than it was this year with an independent schedule next year.
Well, look forward to seeing what you do with the Beavs. Glad you were able to come back here and check out some Elks games, and best of luck in your future, Joey.
I appreciate it, Blake.
Elks taking on the Ridgefield Raptors, looking for the sweep tonight at 5:05.